Perhaps you've heard it said, nothing is impossible. I believe that's true in a certain category, but I believe the pursuit of possible and the pursuit of impossible stop more people than you can imagine. Hi, I'm J Loren Norris. Welcome to Leading Leaders Podcast. The last few episodes, we've been talking about the pyramid that is built within us that links our experiences to our beliefs, to our choices, to our results, which are a constant feedback loop to our experiences, because the results that you deliver in your life become the circumstances that surround you, which create new experiences for you or reinforce experiences you've already had. Yesterday we talked about how do you interrupt that cycle in order to bring in new belief. And I'm convinced, with the years that I've been a leadership coach and in management and in leadership, that most people have a particular roadblock that stops them from moving forward, even in their own personal growth pursuit. We all pursue to be a little bit better, to get the next raise, even if we don't really want to be a better person, so to speak. We do want the next promotion, to the next job level, to the next income level, to the next opportunity level, to the next degree program. We want to finish high school. We want to get our degree. We want to move on in life. And we know just intrinsically that we can't do that without growth. We've got to be challenged. We've got to grow in some way if we're going to move to the next level. And we know that. But unfortunately, we also know some other things. We know that people around us grow at a different pace. And sometimes it's easy to compare ourselves to those who have great levels of growth and success. They have a natural intellect, a great understanding for the things of life, for the academics that they're studying. They have great potential athletically, and, well, frankly, we don't. We compare ourselves to those who try as they might. Their intellect just isn't up to par with the average person or with us, and their academic ability and their athletic ability tend to trend on the lower side of the norm. And if we compare ourselves to them, we look like superheroes. And yet, that's not really the measurement that we should be using. Whether we compare ourselves to those who have natural abilities and talents that far outstrip our own, or we compare ourselves to those who are struggling just to get by every day, even if we're smack in the middle and growing at 2 or 3% every week, we're still measuring against the wrong thing, because the standard that we hold ourselves against shouldn't be our neighbor who's better or our neighbor who's not, but an ideal goal of what the best self would be. What would be the best me? Would it be the me who doesn't have dietary habits that are horrible? Would it be the me that uses better language and encourages people more often rather than tearing them down and humiliating them? Would it be the me who is more financially responsible, who makes every decision based on the future outcomes and not just right now's whims? Would it be the me who is better in relationship with other people, allowing others to talk and never interrupting them, being attentive to listen and not just working on my own agenda? Would it be the me who's constantly pursuing excellence? Well, see, that's the standard we should be measuring against. But there's this belief problem that we have, even within the growth process. And we're still sandwiched between our experiences and our choices with our beliefs. Because sometimes we ponder in ourselves that the idea of perfection should be our goal. Maybe we look and say, well, what would be a perfect me? And simultaneously know that perfection isn't really possible. Perfection is kind of aloof. It's out there somewhere, but I don't know anybody who's perfect, who's alive today. I mean, there's only so many people who've ever actually walked on water or spoken to storms or raised the dead or healed the sick. And that kind of perfection, that oneness with the universe that allows you to command the moon and the stars, isn't that reserved for just one? Is perfection really possible for anybody else? Isn't that like the one presidential suite in the building? The one VIP designated parking space for the owner of the business? Isn't there just one who has access to that level of perfection? And if that's the case, then what is it I'm pursuing? How can I possibly believe that I will ever achieve that level of perfection? And if I can't believe that I will ever achieve that level of perfection, then why pursue it? The other problem that we have when it comes to the pursuit of the best me and the best you is that we know something no one else knows. We have a secret. You have the same secret I have. Not that the details of the secret are the same, just that you know things about you, about your past mistakes, about your past failures, about your bad habits that I don't know. But I have the same secret. I have bad habits. I have past secrets. I have things that I've done and things that I've believed and things that I've allowed to happen that shouldn't be, but they are. And in my mind, I know that because of those things, I can't alone be perfect. Now, you have to make a choice at this point regarding what you believe. Do you believe that in your imperfection, you can be made perfect? Do you believe that in your weakness, you can be made strong? Do you believe that by partnering with someone that all of the failure of your life, all of the stupid mistakes, all the damage that you've done can be undone? See, if you believe that, then you might also believe that perfection is in your future. It may not be today, or next week, or next month, or in the next decade. In fact, it might not even be on this side of the dirt. But perfection is in your future. And the pursuit right now isn't for perfection. The delay of the new launch idea, the departure from relationships because you've sabotaged them, the misgivings about finance and future and winning the lottery and all of the hope that goes along with being financially independent. All of those things are kind of pushed back and delayed because you think, well, I've got to get this area worked out first. I've got to accomplish this first. I've got to succeed at that before I'm perfect, before it's just right. And so I wait and I delay and I back up and as I heard someone say recently, I have this near success syndrome. The opportunity always just one step ahead of me, but I don't really pursue it with everything that I have for fear that when I do, my success reveals to everyone else how flawed I really am. And that secret that I have, those many secrets that I have that no one else knows about me, those secrets come to light and everyone knows. Then what? Oh, what do I do with all of those secrets when they come to light and everybody knows them? How do I find myself in the perfection of success or opportunity when I know I'm flawed? And as other people encounter me, they too will know that I'm flawed. Am I believing the impossible? To believe that even with all of my mistakes, even with all of my failure, even with all of my shortcomings and misgivings, that there's true opportunity for me? Is that believing the impossible? No, my friend, it's not. It's not at all believing the impossible. Because there is a team around you of friends, family, supporters who do not seek your demise or the revelation of your deepest, darkest secrets. And they don't want to bring you down. They're not trying to destroy you. They want to see you succeed for a couple of reasons. They want to see you succeed to know that someone actually can. That someone they know, someone that's close to them, has made it big. Well, how do I know that's true? I think there's sufficient evidence. Here's one clue, just in the normal human tendencies. Have you ever been in a conversation with someone and heard them drop a name of someone that the whole world knows is successful? And then after they've dropped that name, immediately behind it, they relate to you how they know them, or when they had that brush with destiny, or when they had that conversation with the uber successful. Well, I tell stories from time to time about friends like Glenn Morshower. Glenn Morshower is well known in Hollywood. He's been in dozens and dozens of films, longer than 35-year acting career. He's got a lot of credit to his name. He's even directed and produced some indies on his own. And Glenn Morshower is a pretty incredible guy just as a person. And Glenn Morshower I consider a friend, to the extent that I've been to events that I didn't know he was going to be at. Several years ago, he came to Dallas with another mutual acquaintance of ours, and I, as we walked in the door, I went to the men's room, and my two boys went into the main room. And as they went into the main room, Glenn Morshower stopped and was like, "Dude, where's your dad?" I didn't think a Hollywood star would recognize me from Adam, much less recognize my two sons. But he did. Is it possible that people like that who've already been successful, who are around you, are looking for you to be successful, to follow in their footsteps, to come in behind them and help fill in the gaps between the average and the superstardom? Is it possible that our desire to say, "I know so-and-so," I'm not just that I know that they exist, but I know them, I could call them, I could send them a text message, I could have a conversation with them, and then they would answer me. That natural desire in us to be connected with success, believe it or not, is what causes people around you to want you to succeed. They do. They really are. Now, they may not be making a conscious effort, and they certainly won't be verbalizing, especially if they're a little bit jealous of your potential for success. But they want to see you succeed. They want to know you win. They want to be the ones that say, "See the fame and success there? I played a part in that. I saw them through some dark times. I was there when they needed help." They really do want to see you succeed. And just a word of caution, if you have people in your life who are blatantly, obviously, either verbally or physically opposing your growth, opposing your success, opposing the opportunities in your life, jettison them like the ejection seat. Just poof, get them out of there. You don't have time for negative, destructive, hateful people in your life. I hear you. You might be saying, "But that's my family." Okay, limit their exposure. Love them on the holidays. Help them when you can help them. But don't allow their advice, which is self-aggrandizing, their advice, which is depreciating you and your value, their advice, which is really all about just having something to say. Don't let those things pull you down or stand in your way or convince you that you don't have the opportunity. Because if you start believing the hype of your grand success from masters who really only want to get your money to help you get there, or if you believe the hype from those who say you can't, you never will, you're not capable, you're not good enough, you're not worthy, you're not educated enough, the opportunity isn't really for you, in either one of those instances, the hype can destroy you. The hype can destroy you. Am I asking you to believe the impossible? No. I'm asking you to believe that it's possible if you pursue excellence rather than perfection. You're not going to be perfect. Probably not anytime soon. You're never going to have 100% of all of your flaws and all of your mistakes and all of your errors covered over. You're probably not going to see the absolute perfection in your business plan, your launch product, your relationships. They're probably not going to be perfect because they're about the business of making you better. And so the struggle is real. And the delays are sometimes necessary. And the pressure of the process that transforms you into a better you, believe it or not, that's what life is really about. It's not about the paychecks and the private jets and the private islands. Those things are nice. They're great accoutrements of your accomplishments. But the reality is life is about making you a better you. Not a perfect you, but the best you that you're capable of being. And when you have people on your team who believe in you, they will push you toward that success and they will invest in your success. You have people on your team who not only don't want to see you successful, they're perfectly happy in their miserable lives and not pursuing excellence or even good. It's time to let them go. Time to limit their exposure to your life and limit their influence in your life because they're not doing you any good. Sometimes that's a tough reality, but it's a necessary one. Love them. Love them, but let them go. Don't let them speak into your life at that level. I want you to understand that believing that you can be perfect will be the biggest roadblock to your life. It will stop you from doing the things that only you can do in this world. Don't allow the pursuit of perfection to delay your destiny. Instead, pursue excellence. Find a way to be the very best you can possibly be and invest your time, your talents, your treasure, your attention, and your energy in being the best you. And you will find that the better you are at being you, the more the world will rejoice with you. They will celebrate your success. They will stand behind you in adoration to be excellent like you, not perfect. Will you take some time today and just ask yourself that question? How could I be a better me? What are the things that I know, the secrets that nobody else knows that I could work on? I could change those things with some choices because they will change your results. I believe your future is worth it. Take the time to do that, to pursue excellence and not perfection. Get started. Thanks for being here with us on the Leading Leaders Podcast. I'm J Loren Norris, and you've been watching Tell It Like It Is TV. Have a blessed day.